It was a late night, man.
Yeah, I tell you this morning, boy, I woke up and I basically said, working out will have to wait till this afternoon.
Yeah, I had the same thought, man.
That alarm came rather quickly, dog.
I'm on a good streak of jogging, and there was no jogging this morning.
Not this morning, nah. There's a thing is you have to let your body rest.
Yeah.
So I'll get it this afternoon.
We were on the air at 10 a.m. in Navy Yard.
God.
I set my alarm for 8:50 a.m. in Bethesda. Shower, just see you, girls. Girls are home from school today for whatever reason, and I was gone.
It's cold, bro.
Yeah, dude. Last night was cold in Ashburn or in Atlanta.
Imagine where we sit.
Yeah, you're in that wind
thing's
tunnel.
Like a wind tunnel, man. I'm telling you, whoo.
Yeah, that's tough.
I was like, and it took DQ forever to get to that damn podium. I was like, can somebody sit?
Could you not take Marcus? Went first. Could you not take Marcus?
We took Marcus.
Okay,
but then we take the quarterback and the coach. So we're waiting for the coach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can somebody send him a text and say, yo, them dudes waiting for you to talk?
Yo, he always takes forever.
Nah, he don't take that long like he did last night, though.
It was an interesting. Listen, man. I think if you want to be draft pick guy, good for you. You know, last night, not getting the win is good for the draft pick. But I think for that team,
they needed that win
for how they played, for everything that's gone wrong this season. I mean, just the guts. Listen, they didn't play a perfect game.
No,
Marcus was not
Nobody
great,
does.
but they showed serious fight, serious guts. Just thank you.
If you get that effort that they gave last night every game, you'll get more wins than you would losses. And you're playing against a team that had been destroying people, pass rushing and whatever. Brandon told us they could run on them.
Yeah.
Okay. And they were getting a good job of that. I don't know why or what, but Rodriguez should one touch in the fourth. He just like they go away from him. Not that he doesn't do anything, but he stopped getting opportunities in the second half, and that's crazy to me.
I don't understand why McNichols doesn't get more work. McNichols, all he does is make plays for you. He was 6 for 30 last night.
Yeah.
C-Rod, now granted, they're asking him to be the hammer, so like the YPC isn't quite as important. He started better. He finished the game 11 for 41. Mariota ends up your leading rusher in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But I just the play, the drive to tie it up at the end of the game. 18 plays, 86 yards. They had 15 yards in penalties. They lost 20 seconds because of penalties and the runoff. Mm-hmm. Two different penalties with 10-second runoffs. And just the guts. Here's an old school Kornheiser radio show reference. The chaputzpah, the chutzpah that required to keep going. It was they showed so much heart. Yeah. And when a team is 3-8 and coming off a bye and on national TV, it's an easy spot to lay down. And they didn't. Yeah. Now, I'm not like a moral victory guy. Like when you and I,
you don't have to be a moral victory guy to see that they played better.
When you and
they played tougher.
Totally. Well, when we came on the air after the Miami game, a lot of people wanted to kind of celebrate that was a tight game that went to overtime. I wasn't there for that because that contest with Miami was two bad teams just repeatedly handing the win back and forth. Mm-hmm. It was just who's gonna mess up last, and unfortunately, it was Washington. Last night was for the night. I'm not saying on the season, but it was two pretty damn evenly matched teams leaving it all on the field, and I was impressed by what they were able to do. I think the return of Terry McLaurin is such an obvious lift for this team.
All those people that have sat here and bashed him, when he's on the field, it's different. Dude, the defense come at and attack you differently, and the offense can do a lot more.
Dude, I thought Terry last night shows the vertical threat, presents a vertical threat that the team doesn't otherwise have. Mm-hmm. And then I think his physicality as a receiver, his ability to just plant that foot, cut inside, get open on those slants. Like, you know what a receiver has to accept when they're going to run those slants?
They're going to get hit.
I'm going to get smoked.
Hell yeah.
And Terry got smoked repeatedly. I thought there was some level of, hell, it's Christmas season now, peace on earth, goodwill towards man, for Terry to have the touchdown in overtime and then get called back on the penalty on Connerly, which of a number of penalties that were completely erroneous, that one was legit. Connolly held the dude. And for that to get called back, and then for Terry to score the touchdown, whatever that was, 4 plays later, I just, that felt appropriate, like the universe was making right there. The 2-point conversion, I not only have zero problem with the call, it's the right call. It's the only call.
Go for it. I mean, you got momentum, and you go for it. Because let's be real, if they had we have those that are always going to be right. If they had gone for the extra point and still went and lost later, we should have went for the 2-point conversion. It's going to be somebody that always goes against whatever they do. But I left that game last night saying, okay, cool. I can accept that because they fought. They played hard. You know, they didn't just go out there and get blown the hell out like they were in a lot of games.
Right.
They were right there. They fought the whole way. You know, and they did stuff to like make you think about it. Now, like you said, erroneous calls and calls that were made.
That was some wild.
I think my man Shin was down before he threw the ball. And
it was.
I'm telling you, Jay, Shin is just like the knee. And when
you're talking about the Bo Nix touchdown, that was a hell of a play by Nix.
Yeah, it's a hell of a play to throw it, but when you're down, you're down. You know.
I don't think he was down. I think it was as close as it could be, but I don't think he was down.
I think the Shin was down, bro. I'm telling you. When you look at it, you can see when his arm goes back. The knee hadn't touched, but the damn shin was down, and they call the shin. Normally, when your shin is down, you're down. Point blank.
All right. I think it was hella close. I think the calls that I thought were way worse that they ended up overcoming were the grounding call. Where
there was a player right there that kind of went over the head.
Dude, on the broadcast, Terry McCauley, you know, every network has their own rules expert now.
Yeah.
Terry McCauley does it for NBC. He came on and said that is absolutely not grounding. I don't know. Like, something has happened, and it was the Monday night game. It was the Monday night game last week, I think, where it was
they called one against him in the other game.
And they were like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Unfortunately, these referees now are just so robotic where they don't make calls on the field. They wait for replay or whatever that New York calling in from the sky is. The aliens running things.
Yeah, they just don't show up at the right time.
Or last night, like, quarterback's got to be allowed to just throw the ball away. He wasn't under imminent pressure. Terry McCauley talking about the intentional grounding call last night on the NBC broadcast.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 8. A 10-yard penalty. It's a loss of down. Second down.
With the routes up here, this hook, and then when McLaurin went down and it sort of messed up the timing of the route. And I do think Mariota at that point said, I'm just getting rid of it here. Threw it over his head. I guess he just threw it too far.
Terry McCauley.
So this is absolutely not grounding, guys.
Absolutely
he throws
not.
it over the head of number 17, who is outside the numbers. By rule, that is not intentional grounding.
I thought of all the egregious calls last night, that one to me was by far the worst.
But that's the thing, though, and this is my problem with the league. It has been my problem forever. Everybody gets scrutinized for mistakes made. Players, coaches, everybody, but the damn zebras. They get to make dumbass calls, and they show up the next week and they make some more dumbass calls. And they show up and they keep refereeing, they keep getting paid. Why is it they're not scrutinized? Okay? And when if replay assist is there, you're looking at McCauley, just make that call. Why couldn't they say the same damn thing to the referee and say, that is not intentional grounding?
The one that I was shocked that went Washington's way was, and this was still first half, I think, when Biotish got cheap shotted by the Broncos D-line, and then Tunsil came in and just shoved the dude, just cleared him out.
Yeah.
They always get the second guy. And somehow in that one, they got the first guy.
But you saw them, they kept doing it, but eventually, like I've always said, if the referee makes the damn call or something that's obvious, they can stop stuff. So I don't see where it was wrong. This time they got the right guy.
Right.
Because if that guy doesn't do what the hell he's doing, Tunsil doesn't come over to push him.
Right.
So, I mean, listen, it's just the referees got to stop sitting up here waiting for the retaliation and call the damn foul on the initial thing. if you do that, then a lot of times you don't have to worry about no retaliation.
I agree. It was a really hard fought back and forth game, and you love to see Washington showing up like that in a situation where they could easily pack it up. I think it says a lot about. I know that, hell, especially at 3-9, and is this an 8-game losing streak now? I mean, that's not good. But it's easy to be cynical with a 3-9 team and talk about when DQ talks about brotherhood and the fight in that locker room. But when you see a game like last night, it just proves how real that is. You got to tip your hat to Denver on some level. I didn't think Bo Nix was very good, but when you look at the final stats, he's 29 of 45 for 320 with a touchdown, delivered in overtime when it really mattered. The play by Ingram, the Washington defense was good last night. Mm-hmm. And then the first time just the terrible tackling kind of coverage bust happens is on a tight end seam route in overtime where, Ingram went for 45 or something on that play. As a quick aside, tight ends should not wear number 1. That was throwing me for a loop all night. I know that anybody can wear any number they want. Tight ends do not belong wearing number 1.
If you got a little speed, you wear number 1.
He doesn't have much hands, though. I thought,
you know who shouldn't wear number 1? Big dudes. Like D tackles and stuff like that.
0 I can get down with, but
I don't even think they should wear 0. I'm just saying.
Last night was just a really good example of last year everything broke your way, and this year everything is a year later, a year older, and a year different. Like I thought last year, Wagner, Mariota, and Ertz, every time they were on the field, they were excellent.
Yeah,
they were excellent. And last night, Wagner, Mariota, and Ertz all made big plays at crucial moments. But also, we saw the flip side of that coin where they also made the wrong play in big moments. Yeah. Wagner, Bo Nix gifted him the touchdown. He threw it right to him.
He ain't saying
that was.
I mean, that's like I said last night on the show. Wagner was like, "I'm invisible. Throw it right here," and he threw it dead to his chest.
It was the way I wrote it out on Twitter during the play. Was Bo Nix complete to Bobby Wagner.
That was 100% complete.
It was like he threw it right to him, dude.
I guess he figured like, he wearing 50-something. He won't catch it.
Right. And then Bobby late in that game, in the overtime, was just in an unfortunate situation that we've seen. Zach Ertz finished the game 10 for 106. Ertz was really good, except on a big third down play, can't come up with the ball. Now the Broncos safety made a hell of a play on it. Late in that game, Terry bailed him out on 4th down, but Ertz had a chance at the touchdown in overtime, wasn't able to bring it in. And then Mariota was good, but that interception early in this game was god awful.
That was bad.
I don't know what the decision-making process is on that play.
Well, it's like it seems when he is in between, I should just run this or no, I can make a play. He never just runs it. And he has the ability to run as well as any running quarterback in this league.
Totally.
And I think sometimes he should just tuck that one and go. Because when he was running, you could see him. He could split the guys, may get 5-6 yards, but you don't throw that one into the crowd, not into a crowd like that.
Dude, I got to go back and watch it. I haven't had time, but he had a quick look, didn't take it, hesitated. Then it reminded me of the interception in Miami.
It looks exactly like it.
He just kind of like,
when he does that double clutch thing,
yeah,
he double clutches, but he doesn't pull it back in. He leaves it up there, and then he tries to throw it. He don't get enough velocity on it.
Totally.
Yeah.
And just big trouble, obviously, last night. I think, the one play we haven't talked about was the most remarkable play of the night. The Burks touchdown catch.
Yeah, with the finger that he just had surgery on.
He just had surgery on that middle finger, which is what he went up and high-pointed that pass.
Yeah.
The box score for Treylon Burks last night, 1 catch, 5 yards, 1 touchdown. Hey, that does not tell the story.
I'll take that.
The toughest questions, I would say. Now, they played really explosive offenses during that 4-game stretch where everything was terrible, right? And then the last 2 games, they haven't. Miami is just a mess. And Denver is just not an explosive group. It's a good team. It's a well-coached team. They have a good defense. That's not an explosive group. But
Miami is explosive on offense. They got some speed on offense.
Okay.
Because they were cooking yesterday.
But Tua's just not.
Yeah. I mean, Tua's he's had some games.
Right.
He also has some duds. I think when he has to make a decision, when he does stuff in rhythm, he's unbelievable.
Right.
But the moment you make him have to say, "Oh, I gotta,"
or move from the spot.
Yeah.
But my point is, one of the toughest things I think to reconcile as like we start to look at the totality of this year and where things have and haven't gone right. Since DQ has taken over calling the defensive plays, the defense it's running a cleaner operation. Like you're not seeing the massive coverage bust. You're not seeing like they're able to generate more pressure. And you wonder if that change happens earlier or just like, what is the change so significantly that can happen like that? You know what I mean? And some of it, I think, is the opponents. Like, you're not facing Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're facing different players.
But what it is now, and I made this comment when DQ first came in, you have a guy now who understands the flow of it, how to set up stuff. He's done it for multiple times. You normally get like, Jaden came in here last year, was remarkable, but he did make some rookie mistakes. You saw those things. You see Bo Nix in his second year right now. He does some great things, but he does some things that make you scratch your head. Those things happen. But as he goes on, he'll have that flow with it. He'll see a defense and he'll know what they're trying to do to him. With Dan knows how to set up stuff, make you think one thing and something else happens. I watched one of those games, what was it? Earlier yesterday, I think. No. It was a game on Thanksgiving. They were blitzing corners from outside, inside, 15. They'll have a safety coming down like he's coming down, creeping. He'll blitz. And the quarterbacks never saw it. And I'm like, well, damn, that's how you get it done. But it's like when you are the first, and listen, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for Joe. When you get the first time doing something, you want to do so much that you don't do anything right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what you're trying to do, but the flow of it is not going right with you. Well, and I think that's a lot of it.
And I think the offense has largely been so bad this year, and a lot of that I think has been injury driven, that you don't get any of that complimentary football. Last night you got some of that.
Yeah.
Like, we could talk about DQ's decision to punt early in that game from the 39. And on the surface, it looks pretty lame, frankly. But they punt. Tress does his job, pins him at like the 11. Then they get a 3 and out.
Has some spin on it.
And so like that's playing complimentary football. We're going to rely on our defense because then we'll get the ball back around the 50. They kind of win that little micro battlefield of position
possession.
Thank you. And I think when you see that, it's like, all right, you see them executing larger plans better, not resulting in wins, but last night looked a lot different. Like
you get that effort.
They forced punts.
You'll get more wins with that effort last night than you would than you would not.
Like the team, they played 2 Sunday night games wearing these Super Bowl era uniforms, 2 of them. The team that played last night would not recognize the team that played Seattle.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with that.
Just night and day different.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to take a brief moment. My headphones are in Ashburn, which is unfortunate. There's this backup set that are Jeff's that weren't working. So my man, Heavy Metal Chris, is sitting in for Jeff today, gave me his. Do you see how large these things are?
Hey, Chris got a rather big head. But your ears are reaching it.
I barely, dog. We're hanging on for dear life right here.
Usually I have an ear pulled back.
All right, we're just getting warmed up on BMitch and Finlay.